So this is One Vision International's latest project, which is located in the Curdistan region of Iraq. To the north, we have Turkey. To the south, we have Baghdad and Iraq proper. To the west, we have Syria, and to the east, we have Iran. This is considered the cradle of the civilization in a lot of our history books. If you guys can remember Jonah and the whale, the book of Jonah is Nineveh, which is about 45 minutes to the west of us. If you guys can remember Daniel, that book was written about 2 hours to the south of us. There's also one of Abraham's villages that is close to us. Also about 3 hours away is where, traditionally speaking, that's where the wise men came from to go meet Jesus when he was born. So there is so much history here. They actually have the oldest continually inhabited city in the world, which is 6,000 years old, and that's just up the road from us. So One Vision was first drawn to this area back in 2015 when ISIS was fairly close. We decided to come over here and start sending shipments of humanitarian aid. And through the years, God has shown us different areas that we would like to try to focus more of our attention on. And those are children's work, which is working with orphans. Those are working in education, building schools and renovating schools. That's also working with medicine and medical doctors here. And that's also working with the refugee camps. So to share briefly about the refugee camp, there's one refugee camp that we specifically partner with, which is about 20 minutes outside of Mosul. At this camp, it's divided by the main road, but on one side there's 6,500 people. On the other side, there's 5,500 people, so around 11 to 12,000 people that are living in these camps. Right now, it's about 110, 115 degrees during the day, and they have 4 to 5 hours of electricity. There's no plumbing. They share outhouses. They share showers that come from water, just gravity fed down below. A lot of these people, they're basically in limbo because of the situation that they've passed through with the war. If they came from Mosul, their homes were more than likely destroyed to get rid of ISIS. So that's why they're living in these refugee camps. Now, again, I say they're in limbo because they can't necessarily get back to Mosul, and they can't come farther south because they don't have the proper paperwork. So a lot of these people, there's a sense of no hope for them. And that's one of the aspects that we want to try to bring to them. We want to treat these refugees like they're solid, they're really loved people. The majority of these children that are living at this camp for the past 5 years, back when ISIS came through to Mosul, ISIS also wound up taking a lot of women for sex slaves. And the children that are the results of that are at this specific camp. So we're trying to do a number of different things there. We would like to begin an educational aspect to just try to teach these kids different skills because there are not a lot of people that want to connect with them. We're also doing medical. We have taken a number of doctors groups there to do basic clinics, to do minor surgeries, and to do dental work. So regarding the medical aspect of our work here, we've done a number of things. We brought doctors from the United States here mainly to do training for local doctors that are here based out of this city. For the past 4 years in this city alone, there have been more than 13,000 local doctors who have left the city and this area, this region, and that have not come back because of the situation when ISIS came through. And because of some economical situations here, it's just better for doctors, in their opinions, to leave here and never come back. So there's a huge need right now for training for local doctors because there are many of them that are young and they're inexperienced. So we have brought doctors from the United States here to do specific training. I believe up to this point, we've trained over 400 local doctors. And then we've also done a number of basic clinics, either in the refugee camps, or we'll go to a remote village, or we'll go to a local hospital and work with their ER department. When the doctors from the US come and they're working in a local hospital, we partner with one specific hospital that's a public hospital that in their emergency room department, they see between 700 and 800 patients a day throughout this area. So that place is packed with patients all day long. So our big goal right now is to try to do one every 4 months. We'd love to do one medical trip here every 4 months. So regarding the orphan work that we're doing here, we're learning a lot more about orphanages here and how they don't necessarily exist the same way that they exist in other areas of the world. So here, unfortunately, there are a lot of orphans because of the war situation, because of economical situation, because of family issues. But children here don't get sent to an orphanage. They get sent to live with another relative. And when they're sent to live with another relative, they're really not treated that well at all. It's more of an obligation for another relative to take in this child. And so what we're trying to do with this part of it, we're trying to show as much love and care for these specific kids that have had super hard lives. They've lost their parents. They've seen some very, very bad things in this part of the world. So what we do is we will try to connect and bring 100 orphans to the local mall. And we allow these kids to purchase their own outfits, their own shoes, their own hats, and you should see the smiles. I'm sure you'll see some of the smiles on these kids' faces. One really cool thing that I like to see is that when they know that they're going to the mall, because they don't get to go, they will wear the best clothes that they actually currently own, which is really cool to see. And some of those clothes are just not that great at all. But now they get to choose their own specific outfit. And you can just see the smiles light up on their face. At the beginning, they're always just a little bit nervous. But once we can show them that this clothes is going to belong to them, they get to choose the specific outfit that they want. It's just a wonderful thing for us to do, and a wonderful thing for us to continue to build relationships with local people here, and especially with these kids, just to show them that we love them and that we love them in the name of Jesus. There's another aspect of this that we like to do in one of the certain towns is we will take these kids not only to the mall to buy them clothes, but we'll take them to ride some horses, just to have a little bit of a free day to get out and just smile. So one of the most visible projects that One Vision has here is building a school. It's located about 2 hours away from where we're based out of, and it will serve 13 communities with 437 students. When people ask me here, what do we do here? I generally tend to go right into we're building schools, because that's such a large impact, and education is something that's lacking here. One of the best parts for me personally is that One Vision, we have a partnership where One Vision gets to go in 50-50 on the financial aspect of this building the school. We're seeing some local investment from a friend of mine here, a businessman, that is investing in his communities. And we've kind of got this ongoing relationship, this ongoing deal with him where we will have permission to work on the educational aspect. If we want to build another school after this one from scratch, it will be the same deal. One Vision gets to go in 50% financially, and One Vision will also be able to choose the English teachers that will serve at this school and to reach these communities. We've got some ideas in the future about whether to, God willing, allow us to raise the funds for it. We're to build a school from scratch or to renovate current schools. In this local area right here, there are over 200 schools that need basic renovation, between $5,000 to $7,000 on each school. So those are different educational ways that we can invest in the lives of children here. So for this work to continue, I'd like to ask you to consider doing a couple different things. Number one is the financial aspect. We have the building the schools or the renovating the schools. We have the medical work where we're seeing a lot of patients and training a lot of doctors. We have the refugee work that is huge, and then we've also got the orphanage work. We've got a rough number of about $250,000 a year we would like to raise for this specifically. And we'd also like to invite you to come over here and personally serve with us. If you're in the medical profession, we'd love to have you treat patients, perform minor surgeries, or work at the refugee camps. If you're just a regular person who wants to come over and help out, just to love on the orphan kids that we're connecting with and to help us to build relationships. If you're some sort of a construction worker that would like to come and use a hammer and a nail and to help us renovate these schools that we have an idea of renovating about 30 of them, We'd love to have you guys come over here. And another aspect of the reason we want people to come over here is because this area is not necessarily what you're going to see on the news. Yes, there's some stress here, but it's relatively safe. It's not going to be the dangerous part that you want to see. And we want people to come over here and take that back to the U.S. and show them what a good area that Curdistan really is. So after having been here for the past several years, one of the things that I've grown to love is just the hospitality of these people. Even going and spending time at the refugee camps there, they love to see us, they love to hang out with us, they love to just be with us and talk to us and share their heart with us. The last time we went there, we got to sit on the dirt floor, and this lady from Mosul brings us a cup of water, one of the only things that she had left. And so that just shares a little bit about the specific people here. And there are a lot of good friends of ours that are here that we would consider family members now. I would love to have some of you guys come over here and just participate with us in these different activities that we're doing and just get to see these great people firsthand.